So Stoke Therapeutics was formed actually by inventions done by Adrian Craner, who is a professor at Cold Spring Harbor in New York. And he was also the discoverer of a drug called Spinraza, or nusinersen, which is a revolutionary drug that has changed the lives of children who have a disease called SMA, spinal muscular atrophy. That used to be a disease that almost was 100% fatal. And thanks to Dr. Craner's invention, those children are now living lives. And many of them are actually very close to functioning normally. So based on all the excitement and the great success that Dr. Craner had with the therapy that he developed, Spinraza, he also had come up with a new invention, and he wanted to start a new company based on that, and that was the beginning of Stoke Therapeutics. He worked with a postdoctoral fellow in his lab named Isabella Aznarez, who's also one of the co-founders. So both Adrian and Isabel are the co-founders of our company, and the two of them started to do work in their laboratory to get the foundations for Stoke Therapeutics started. They did that for several years, and then a firm called Apple Tree Partners came along and decided to give additional funding to help really get things going. So at the beginning of this year, 2018, we announced that we had full funding from Apple Tree Partners, and the company was officially launched. So Apple Tree Partners, who are the funders for the company up till now, like to have the names of an apple in their company. So Stoke is actually a name of a apple species, an apple brand that is mostly grown in the UK, but also in New England. So we have that as our basis for the name. But we also like to say that we stoke up the cell system to help with treatments for diseases where there's a missing factor. And so the name Stoke goes along with that as well. So the technology we have, we call it Tango, which stands for Targeted Augmentation of Nuclear Gene Output. It's a complicated thing to say, not easy, doesn't flow off the tongue, so Tango is the reason we shortened it to that. Tango is also the name because both of the founders, Dr. Craner and Dr. Aznarez, are Uruguayan, or from Uruguay, and so this name Tango seemed to fit very well with their nation of origin, and we thought having a technology named after a dance, Spanish dance, would be a nice thing as well. So what does Tango do? Tango is a technology that uses something called an oligonucleotide, which is a very short piece of RNA that can get into the cell, and that small oligonucleotide can target sequences that normally would cause the message inside a cell to be degraded. So going back to your biology lessons, you know that there's DNA, then there's messenger RNA, and the messenger RNA makes protein, which are the building blocks of the cell. What we discovered was that the messenger RNA has signals hidden inside of it that tell the cell not to make a protein from it, and instead, in some cases, to destroy that messenger RNA. And in that case, no protein can be made. Using these very short pieces of RNA that we make and insert into the cell, they can target those signals and silence them. So that way, we can use our technology to increase protein levels in the cell. So this is especially useful for diseases where there is a shortage of a certain protein, and that shortage causes the disease. By using our technology, we can allow for the cell to make more protein and replace it to the levels that would be found normally. And that can then treat a disease.